Hi, my name is Cheryl Macri, and I am the Assistant Principal of the International Baccalaureate Program at Gulf High School. I'd like to welcome you to Pasco Pathways this evening and to share with you some of the features of the program here at Gulf High School. The presentation will be approximately 20 to 25 minutes long. And then after this video concludes, you're more than welcome to stop into my Zoom and ask me any questions you might have. Or I will, at the end of this presentation, be sharing with you my email address and a QR code for you as well to fill out so that I can reach you after this meeting. So at this time, I'm going to share my screen and go through the PowerPoint I have with you. I've prepared for you. As always, Pasco County seeks to provide a world-class education for all students. Obviously, the IB program being an international program really fits well within those pillars of a rigorous world-class education for all learners. We have a collaborative culture and a high-impact instruction. The nature of our program lends itself to those components, with, of course, the data-driven decisions being the foundation for both of those pillars. I'd like to share with you a little bit about Gulf High School before we move into the actual diploma program. We are a small school centered in the town of Newport Richey. So we have about 1,500 kids at the school. And we have like I said, we are in the middle of a community. And why that's important is because Gulf High School is going to be 100 years old this next year, which is a really big accomplishment. And so we are with the second oldest high school in the county. And so what that means is there are a lot of people around Newport Richey, in and around Newport Richey, with roots to Gulf High School. As a result of that, we have a really strong community base that wants to support our students and our graduates. And you can see that in these pictures up here, when the students graduate from high school, the city of Newport Richey puts their names on a banner so that when you walk through the downtown Newport Richey, you're able to see the students' names of the kids who have graduated. The city of Newport Richey actually also throws us a homecoming parade. And so it's quite impressive. We get a half a day of school, and the whole school goes downtown and we celebrate our homecoming court. And we parade through the streets of Newport Richey. It's a really touching experience and a great indication of how much the community rallies around Gulf High School. Some really great statistics that we are particularly proud of. We are in the top 20% of high schools in the Tampa Bay metro area, according to US News and World Report. And so what that tells us is that Gulf High School is home to high performing students, and students in the IB program are a big part of that. This is something that I am particularly proud of because I feel like the IB program has worked very, very hard. I've been the coordinator now for 2.5 years. And so we have worked very hard in the school to maintain excellence, and then to not only maintain it, but to exceed that level. And last year's students really did. Last year's Gulf High School students earned the highest IB diploma rate in the history of Pasco County. What I mean by that is there are 2 schools in Pasco County that have the IB program at their schools, and both schools have been doing this. The IB have had IB in their history for 15 years, 20 years. And so we this year, our senior class, earned the highest diploma rate of all of those past years for both schools. And that was a testament to not only their hard work, but the teachers' hard work as well. And we've really gotten into a great rhythm on how to support our kids. Gulf High School is also home to several different academies. We have the early childhood program. We have the nursing academy. We have a gaming and simulation academy, and we also have NJROTC. And so all of our programs are, we seek to create a system that students are college career ready when they graduate. So that is, we're very proud of our programs. We are also an Avid School, and what that means is that we focus on writing, collaboration, inquiry, organization, and reading in all of our classes, our traditional as well as the IB classes. And so our teachers are provided professional development on how to incorporate these Avid strategies into their everyday lesson planning. And the end result is that you can see some of the examples written in this screen here, this box here, but the end result is that we have kids that are able to take notes really well, have deep reading instructional strategies, or have ability to ask high-level questions and answer those high-level questions, because we do work very hard to make sure we train our teachers school-wide on how to provide a rigorous education. So the actual IB program at Gulf High School is, I want to shift to kind of talk a little bit about what that is. We were established in 2003. And so from there, we've been tweaking ever since, and we never stop getting better and getting to become, more excellence and to achieve that excellence. And so if you think about the IB program, the IB, the International Baccalaureate, really focuses on the learner. It's the number one focus is the child, the student, and what can we do to make that student a more compassionate global citizen. And so that's why you see this little circle here in the middle. We have these posters around the building. And you can see at the center of everything is the child, the learner. And then around it are things like the way we approach learning. And we do that through a holistic approach, an inquiry-based collaborative approach. That's what our belief is the best way children learn. Children learn the best by inquiry and collaboration between subject areas, interdisciplinary. And so that's the second layer. The third layer is not even academics. As you can see, academics is really out here. Really what you're seeing here is what we call the IB core. And these are three very heavy components that seek to, again, create a compassionate learner and create a learner who has some global mindedness to them. So I'll go through to you in greater detail what it means to have an extended essay and a theory of knowledge and a creativity action. I'll go through those with you, but understand that is, again, the priority is developing the child to be an internationally compassionate global citizen. So the last layer, of course, is going to be those academic pieces. So students take subjects in 6 different disciplines. And so it's going to be language, math, sciences, humanities, and arts. And so those subjects are interdisciplinary. And so we seek to connect and make connections where some other traditional courses may not. So I'll just give you an example. Like sometimes we'll have our English teacher go into our biology teacher's class, and they co-teach together. And so they might be looking at, different ways to write about some biological impacts on things, or we might have our economics teacher work with our biology teacher on the economic impacts of pollution within a certain country. We try to, like I said, so our psychology teacher, actually also apparently biology works a lot together with a lot of people now that I'm talking it through. Our psych teacher will work with our biology teacher on parts of the brain and how that, connects to the psychological parts. And so we do a lot of interdisciplinary work together. And we try to connect all those dots for the students so that they understand that we are It is a comprehensive program where everything is connected, and we try to do all that work by utilizing inquiry-based strategies. So hands-on activities, collaboration, things that are interesting and naturally high-level curriculum. So the other thing, remember I said in this slide, you've got the learner at the center, right? The learner is the center. Our goal is to develop the learner any way we can. And so some of the things that we seek to do is develop the characteristics in these areas. So this is the learner profile that the IB puts out, and we have kids who we understand that in the first few years that they may not have all of these traits mastered. But what we do is we try to build those components in. We embed these features into our curriculum, and so we try to make it so that kids understand what it means to be balanced and what it means to be principled. And so I actually have a Student of the Month program where every month the teachers nominate kids who have exhibited some of these components, and then I give them a band. So for example, this is a reflective band, you can see. And so if you have our student who has exhibited thoughtful consideration to your own learning and experience, we would nominate you for reflectiveness. And then of course I would give you a band and a certificate, and we do that monthly to again, try to help the kids understand that the most important part of their education is for them to expand and broaden their horizons in a way that impacts communities and other people. So that's the IB learner profile. And so at the end of your 4 years, you will earn, if you take and pass your exams and you earn 24 points and do all the things that you should do, you will earn an IB diploma. The IB diploma, in addition to your normal high school diploma, so you'll have two. And this is right here what the IB diploma looks like. You'll get it mailed to you. In addition, you'll have your Gulf High School diploma. So IB is one of the most rigorous programs that the country has to offer. Certainly Pasco County has to offer. It is a program where we are looking for students who have a positive attitude and a good work ethic. If you have those two things, we can support you and help you and make sure you are successful. And so what will happen at the end of this is you'll earn your IB diploma. And in addition to that, if you earn your IB diploma, you earn a full scholarship, Bright Futures scholarship. And so if you're not familiar with the Bright Futures program, what that means is that you will earn a full public tuition to any public college in the state of Florida. So that is quite a large payoff to do some of this work and to kind of work as a holistic learner. And it's a really big payoff to have your college education paid for you. Now, if you choose to not stay in Florida and you choose to go to a different state, of course, the Bright Futures only applies for Florida-based schools, public schools. But what it does do is you're earning an IB diploma that is an international credential. It is recognized around the world. IB students are statistically always more likely to get into the colleges of their choice, and they are more prepared for colleges. I'm going to show you some statistics at the end of just schools and college admissions rates outside of the state of Florida. So we'll go through that here, but understand that having an IB diploma makes you incredibly, incredibly competitive in the workforce and in college admissions counselors. So when you come to Gulf High School, you're admitted into the program, you are considered pre-IB. When you are in the 9th and 10th grade, it's called pre-IB. And the pre-IB curriculums are made, I'll show you the track here in a minute, but they're made up of 9th and 10th grade courses that are honors and AP. They lay the critical inquiry approach to learning. They lay that foundation down for you. We hit really hard in the 9th and 10th grade years, focusing on soft skills, I call it. Things like making sure that your note-taking strategies are good, your organization strategies are good. We try to lay those foundations for you ahead of time. Comprehension, how to mark text up so that you understand how to use it later. We really focus on the soft skills to prep you for your, what we call diploma years. And so it's a really nice pre-IB program. We've got, we just have a lot of supports in that area. Your school counselor, Miss Boehner, she pushes into classes and does some work with time management and organization, as well as some social emotional components to really help the kids with their transition from middle school to high school. In the 11th and 12th grade years, you transition into your, what we call the diploma years. And so that is where you are really starting to take all of your heavy college level courses. Like I said, in pre-IB, you do take some AP level courses, which are also considered college level. But when you get into your junior and senior year, you transition to all of that. So all college level courses. And in addition, you'll begin work on these, the core, the thing I showed you earlier, the extended essay, your CAS, and your TOK. This is a course track that we follow in general for IB students. So the courses in red indicate the college level courses. And if you're not familiar with what that means, it means that AP stands for Advanced Placement, and of course IB stands for International Baccalaureate. And so the courses in red, if you take and pass the exam at the end, will give you college credit. And so for example, if you wanted to take this AP Lit class right here and you take and pass it, and you take and pass the exam, it gives you credit for ENC 101 in college. So that would mean you essentially would not need to take that course, English 1, in college. So that not only does it save you money, but it also saves you some time in college if you choose to take that path. And so I think that is really appealing for some kids, particularly ones that maybe they don't want to, they pick one route and they never want to kind of talk about that other route again. So, if you are a math and science child and you really enjoy that, and you really didn't want to take, those general electives that are required, like that English course, because you really want to focus on what you have an interest in, which is math and science, then essentially, taking and passing these high school courses are going to help with that. So you don't have to necessarily take all of those general electives in college. You can go right for the stuff that interests you. And so what you see is a 9th grade track. I kind of want to point this out, the 9th grade track a little bit. The 9th grade track is, I like to say, we're dipping your toe into the advanced coursework. If you are unsure as a parent or a student about joining the IB program, I would consider this. These courses are very, very similar to a traditional track 9th grader. A pre-IB English 1, Geometry or Algebra 2 honors, biology, a world language, and most of you will be taking a world language because of you'll be college bound, so you would likely be taking that. And then a general elective. Really the difference between your track in the 9th grade IB versus a traditional honors tracked 9th grader is going to be likely just this AP Human Geography course. And so what I would say is, if you are trying to just dip your toe into you're not sure if you want to, make the jump or not into IB, try it. Because what you'll find, I think, is that oftentimes you could be, sitting right next to the kids in these courses here, learning very similar curriculums in the 9th grade year. And so that's why I would say, try it. What happens it gets progressively more difficult as you move through the program. And as you can see, and as I said, you'll access supports immediately through the 4 years through us. So we have, like I shared earlier, we are a small school. We have a small IB cohort, usually 2 sections of kids that are in the IB cohort. So they tend to stay together. They have a dedicated guidance counselor. You have a dedicated assistant principal coordinator. The teachers are all dedicated to it. We've got like internal programmatic things. So it would benefit you if you weren't sure, knowing that if you weren't sure if you want to join IB, knowing that your classes would be similar, I would give it a try just because you are, and just see if you like it. And so as you can see, when you get older, when you go into 11th and 12th grade, you transition to all college level courses. We do have a new track this year. We have a physics track as well as a bio track. And we did that because most of our kids who are like pre-med will go the bio track. Most of our kids who are engineering will go the physics track, like want to do that in college. And so we kind of broke the two off. We also have like a calculus route. This would be our calculus route if you wanted to focus on higher level calculus. And if you are somebody who wanted to focus more on statistics, we also have like that math route as well. So we try to like cater to all the learners and what they want for college. The physics classes are awesome. They're doing so well. They're doing things like, they're firing cannons across not actual cannons, but like they're making their own sort of slingshot things and firing them across the football field. They're going to physics day at Busch Gardens. Like it's so much fun to watch and they're so excited about it. So anyway, it's a really great program. And so I'll share a little bit more about that as we move forward. So the IB core is that other piece of the program I was sharing with you earlier, the part where we really want to work on the learner. And so the three components that is going to make the learner be a little more robust is going to be this extended essay, the theory of knowledge, and then that CAS project. And so extended essay, you're reading it with me, I'm sure, and it says 4,000 words, and you're going, 4,000 words? That's nuts. I can't do my kid can't do 4,000 words. I can't do 4,000 words. That's crazy. It sounds overwhelming, but I can assure you, we give the kids 2 years to write it. We provide them with a mentor and we create benchmarks. So we chunk that out for them. So we'll say, due next month is going to be reflection number 1. You'll need to have this many paragraphs. We review it. We give them feedback. We chunk it out so that it doesn't feel overwhelming. But I will say that when the kids are done, like our seniors are just finishing up their EEs now for this year, it is a beautiful, beautiful piece of work that the kids are so, so, so proud of, because now they can say, I just wrote a 4,000 word essay. And it's amazing. And a lot of kids will use that extended essay and refer to it in their college applications. Because like I said, it is quite an impressive piece. I have one girl last year, she wrote the entire essay in Spanish, and she wrote it on Spanish architecture. And to say that out loud is just saying it. It's just impressive, and to think that our kids can really get to a point where they can fluently speak and write in 4,000 words in another language it's amazing. So the kids will pick that essay and they'll pick a topic that they choose. And like I said, we'll help them through that process. So the CAS, I wanted to kind of jump to CAS for a minute. CAS is like community service, except it's a service learning project. It's got to be done over the course of like 6 weeks. And it's a project that will give back to the community, that will benefit someone else. So I'll give an example. Like, let's say that I want to learn to knit. I teach myself to knit, and then I teach my friends to knit. And then we get together and we knit caps for the prenatal unit at the hospital. That would be a CAS project. I apologize for the bell. So that would be a long-term community service project. So that would really, like I said, that really helps, again, give back to the community and create kids awareness of issues that are going on in their communities that they can help support. And the theory of knowledge is a course. It's not only a course, I say a course, there is a course to it that they will take in the senior year, but it is really a frame of mind. It teaches you about basically how you think about thinking. Those concepts, the ethical, ethical challenges, or just the idea of, it's like a philosophical like awareness. Those things are done embedded throughout their 4 years and their continuum. So we are constantly referring back to theory of knowledge and how that impacts the content that they're learning about. So IB is not just academic, of course it's academic, but we try to have fun in our groups. I have an IB event staff with kids. They're made up of kids. They come and they meet with me and they say, Miss Macri, we want to do these fun things. And they plan some monthly events for the kids. So here you can see pumpkin painting, caramel apples. We did a breakfast. We have ice cream, just different things. We've done capture the flag. That was nerve-wracking for a minute, but also fun. So we try to build a family. Again, how will your child benefit from being in the IB program? They can earn up to 2 years of college credits at Gulf High School prior to leaving, earning all sorts of scholarships for college, because like I said, IB students are very marketable, and so people want them. So they try to put a little carrots there and try to get them some scholarships. They can make differences in the community. And like I said, they are, the big one for everyone is to be seen by the admissions officers as being the best choice for their university. As I shared earlier, if you take and earn your IB diploma, you can see here, IB, you do not need a Bright Futures. You qualify automatically for Bright Futures, free public education in the state of Florida, college public education, state of Florida. And here's where I share with that why I'm showing you this is because other programs need these ACT, SAT scores. We do not. And see, that's why it's blank. So some IB diploma acceptance rates. Like I said, we are more marketable. Our kids are more prepared to go to college. Most of the kids report that college is easy in their first year because they're so prepared. And where you can see that is in some, I just picked some schools for statistics. I do have, IB publishes these acceptance rates. So I do have a lot of most all of the colleges. So if you were wanting to know what the acceptance rates of an IB student versus a non-IB student for any other college, feel free to email me and reach out, and I'm happy to share that information with you. But on the whole, as you can see, if all things are equal, if the same child with the same grades, the same coursework, the same extracurriculars, so on and so forth, are the same, the student with the IB diploma has a 23.1% chance of getting into MIT and a 7.2% chance without of getting into MIT. And so you can see, like University of Michigan, 70% chance if you have a diploma, a 28% chance if you don't have a diploma. And you can see, like I said, all of the schools, statistically, your acceptance rates are higher for an IB candidate. And like I said, these are the schools that we have taken kids to in the last 4 years, where this is not a joke. This is not an exaggeration. We send kids to these schools. We send them often. It's not a the only one on here that's a one-time thing is Hawaii Pacific. We're actually very proud of that student. We worked really hard to get her there. She is loving it. She's there right now. She's a freshman. So that one is a one-time thing. But mostly we have kids go everywhere. We do a lot of work, and we're very, very proud. As I said, we have a dedicated counselor who works with the kids, and she meets with them quarterly to go through where they want to go to school. She works with their Common App and then tries to reach out and make connections with those schools so that we can get them to the colleges they want to go to. So why commit to IB? IB is a complete approach to the college level classes. No other program is so fully designed and balanced across all areas of study and personal development. We seek to make the child well-rounded. And like I said, so you have to show proficiency in all of those subject areas: math, science, sorry for the bell, math, science, English, social studies, world language. And then you've got that core, right? Your theory of knowledge, your CAS, your service learning, and your extended essay. And so all of those things together make the learner more well-rounded and internationally minded. So just a couple of cool photos I wanted to show. I know that there is this, stigma around being in IB, where they say, well, if you're in IB, you are so busy that you will not be able to participate in any extracurriculars. So you wouldn't be able to participate in sports or clubs and all that extra fun stuff. I am here to tell you, I'm here to dispel the myth. That is not true. Most of our kids, if not all, are involved in other things because they A, enjoy it, and B, they feel like that will market them more to college applications. So as you can see here, we have, so I wanted to show you some pictures of kids doing some things other than being an IB. And so we've got kids that were 3rd place in the science fair, national recognition for Sandy Hook, celebration of the arts. These are all IB kiddos. Here are some of them being athletes. They're balanced, like I said, so they're playing volleyball, weightlifting. I'm pointing like you can see me pointing. Weightlifting. One girl was this is the homecoming court. These are both homecoming. So like I said, we're balanced. We have thinkers in our group. We are almost all of our kids really are in FBLA. And so they participate in that. And so these are some of the accolades they earned. We have some risk takers in our group. Kids give back to the community. We have one of our students last year, Kara, she is a Girl Scout and she continues to give back, and she donated more than 300 sunglasses.
Please pause for a moment of silent reflection.
I'm going to, and so, well, the announcements are going to go off in a minute, and I'm so sorry about that. Here are some more pictures. And so I want to go ahead and just share with you the next steps. These are the next steps for the thing for Pasco Pathways. If you can attend our interest meeting on December 5th via Zoom, I will send you the information. And then the application window opens January 6th.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please go ahead and I'm gonna stop my screen share, but if you could, I'm so sorry about the announcements. This is a QR code. If you could type in your name and give me your name and information, and I will reach back out to you.
Thank you. And have
I will reach back out to you at that time. So I wanted to say thank you so much. If you have any more questions, please feel free to pop into my Zoom. Thank you so much.